Throughout the entire Bible, the Most High speaks about how our nation, the nation of Israel, are considered a holy nation unto him. We all make up the body of the Most High or the Messiah, and we know that the Bible tells us that the temple is, in fact, our bodies. So, Deuteronomy 14:2-3 shows how the Most High is clarifying that we should not eat any abominable thing. So let's go ahead and talk about the truth behind the Daniel fast. So, a little background history for those who are not aware. Us Israelites were given a dietary law that we were to follow. It can be found in Deuteronomy 14. And the Most High describes the type of animals that are clean and unclean for us to consume. So, here we have in verses 4-8, he talks about the beasts of the land. Now, this can be anything that walks on all fours. I have here some examples of some clean and unclean animals that fall into these categories. Most of our diet consists of vegetables and fruit, grains, and some sort of poultry. So, this particular chapter of the Bible explains what those animals are that we can or cannot eat. If you notice on this chart, a lot of the unclean animals that are listed here are animals that are pretty much made to be a delicacy in today's world. One thing that you need to understand is that Satan has a way of taking everything that's bad and making it seem good. So, with that being said, things, for example, like shrimp and catfish, I know are a delicacy all around, especially in the South. But if you understand the anatomy and the lifestyle of catfish and shrimp, they're bottom feeders. So why would you want to put something in your body that eats species of other animals or just unclean things within the sea, as well as pigs? Pigs, they literally eat slop. So why would you want to consume an animal that eats scraps and slop that are unclean for the body? Those are just a few examples because I know as a nation we love seafood, we love Cajun broil bakes, we love crab, and these are things that we should not indulge in at all. He said they're unclean, and according to Deuteronomy 14, verse 3, it is an abominable thing, and we should not defile our bodies with anything that is abominable. And if you love the Most High, even though it may taste good to you, if you love the Most High, that means you are obedient to his commands and his commandments. So one of his commands are not to eat the animals on the unclean side. In Daniel 1:1-15, it talks about the story of how Daniel and three other children of the nation of Israel found favor within King Nebuchadnezzar's ruling. And within this ruling, King Nebuchadnezzar ordered for the children to be brought before him, those children without blemish, those children who are smart, to feed them for 3 years, to feast on the meats and the wines that they indulge in the Chaldean customs. So Daniel refused to eat the appointed meats and wines because it goes against the dietary laws that the Most High bestowed upon the Israel nation. So, one myth about the Daniel fast: it is not a fast, it is a diet. There's a distinct difference between a fast and a diet. A diet restricts yourself of small amounts or special kinds of food in order to reach a weight goal. A fast is to abstain from all food or drink for a spiritual purpose. Keep in mind, they did not refrain from eating these foods for spiritual growth. They only refused to defile themselves of the dietary law that the Most High provided to us, to prove a point to the king that they did not need to eat the foods that they ate in order to sustain themselves or be healthy. So if you read on through that chapter, verses 14 and 15, it shows after the 10 days that they did indulge in their specific diet, they looked even healthier than the ones who ate the food that defiles the temple. Myth number 2. He did not eat whatever he wanted to eat. I've seen multiple videos on YouTube about how the Daniel quote unquote fast, you can modify it, you can add breads to it, you can add whatever you want to add to it to make it easier for you to endure the diet. But that is not how this works. If you're going to commit to something, you need to commit to it as it is. So in Daniel 1:12, Daniel's proposition was to prove that he can go 10 days with eating pulse and drinking water. The Hebrew word for pulse is zeroa, which means vegetables or vegetables that stem from a seed. And it's important to understand the emphasis on seed because there are a lot of fruits and vegetables that are sold in our grocery stores nationwide that are seedless. That is not good. The natural order of everything starts with a seed. So understand that they didn't make any modifications to the diet. He did not go ahead and add almond milk to his diet. He didn't add bread whenever he wanted to the diet. It was strictly vegetables and strictly water. So you may be wondering by now, well, what exactly can I eat? I suggest following the Dr. Sebi list of alkaline vegetables. He actually has a list of the vegetables that work best for African American or Black, or the proper term would be Israelite, our bodies, and how it's electric and it fuels us to be healthier and gets rid of a lot of ailments that are caused by these fast foods and these defiled foods that the Most High does not want us to eat. I'll go ahead and link a link down below that has an article listing what the Dr. Sebi food guide is. Or if you don't want to follow that specific guide, you can choose any vegetable that you want as long as it is not seedless. This was a very short video, very straight to the point. If you have any other questions, please comment down below. But I suggest rereading the book of Daniel just to verify. Also read Deuteronomy 14 until you understand it completely, because it's very, 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 very important that we treat our temple as a holy being as we are. Shalom, Israel, and everyone be blessed.